Alrighty, today I got in my hands a Mendini alto sax made by Cecilio. I've reviewed several of these Cecilio instruments and I found them all to be very nice horns. They're made to be student model horns, I believe, but I think most of them play well enough that you can use them for just about anything you want to use them for. So I've said that I think it's a good horn, but I'm going to tell you all the good, the bad, and the ugly about these horns if you go and buy one of these. This Mendini, it comes with about anything you can imagine. It comes with everything from reeds. You get your mouthpiece and ligature, and anybody that plays musical instruments knows a mouthpiece is a pretty personal thing. Now, the mouthpiece that comes with this horn I don't think is very good. I tried to play with it. I didn't like what I was getting out of it. I went online to Amazon, bought a cheap thing from an outfit called Glory, which of course is Chinese, and I love it. It's a good mouthpiece. The ligature, I still have my ligature from the original Mendini, and it's fine. So this piece here called the ligature, it's fully functional. Comes with a fully functioning tuner, which is about a $30 value in itself, and the box of reeds that comes with, I would give a value of at least $10 or $15. And so it comes with a bunch of stuff. You can see the accessories in the pictures. Now this one happens to be red, and I would never choose to buy a red horn for myself, but it's pretty. My wife wanted one, and so this is what I bought her for Christmas. And so it's shiny. Now I've never put a polishing cloth to this thing in a year, and it still looks very, very nice. It's kept its shine. None of the color is coming off of this. So the Mendini horn it's definitely a pretty horn, but pretty doesn't get the job done when you're on the stage. And so let's talk a little bit about the neck strap it comes with. I need to tell you about that too. That neck strap is very uncomfortable for old people. You might go ahead and give it to your kid. They deserve a little suffering maybe, but you know, as far as I'm concerned, go get you a $7 or $8 neck strap that's got a little bit of padding on it, and you'll be able to play for a lot longer, and you'll be a lot more comfortable doing it. Now, I guess that's most of the accessories. That it does come with a lot of junk, but white gloves, you can throw those away. Well, actually, the white gloves, I finally figured out a use for those things. With my euphonium, what I do is I'll put my white gloves on when I'm polishing it, and that way when you're holding it, you don't have to be putting fingerprints all over what you've already polished. So maybe that's what the white gloves are for. It's been a mystery to many people that have reviewed horns, and many people that have bought Chinese horns. We've always wondered what they're for. I know people sometimes do use white gloves in marching band, but these are so horrible, you wouldn't really want to. All right, so let's talk about how the horn plays. The tone with this horn is really quite nice. It gets a pretty sound. It gets a sound that can be changed a lot. If I want to play jazz on this horn, I easily can. If I want to play in concert band, I can adjust my tone. I can get a more, what would you call it, a mellower sound, maybe a sound that blends with an orchestra or a band better. They're very good for that. But you can bend pitches like crazy on this thing. You can bend them a quarter tone, a half tone, and not even think twice about it, even if you're not a great saxophone player. And so you can be very, very expressive when you play this horn. Another thing that I like about this horn is the intonation on it is really pretty solid. I haven't had any kind of trouble getting good sounds out of it. I didn't even wet the tree, so this could be really bad. So the sound of the horn is just fine. Cecilio reed, you could go get you a decent reed. I also have a Legier that I play it with. But the fiber cane reeds I find get a little bit of a raspy sound for what I'm really looking for. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the build of this horn. When you buy a horn, now this comes with little protective wedgies that hold all of the valves, all of the keys down. I'm a trumpet player, so forgive me for the valve thing, but it keeps it all in place while it's shipping. So when you get the horn, everything's well aligned. They didn't have anything loose or rattly. All the keys are nice and stable, and all the pads set nicely and seal over the holes. And you can stick a light down it, and you won't see too much leakage on any of these. So this horn, and I have had this a year. It's just like the ones you would buy today. This one I paid a little over $200 for. You can go on Amazon and buy one of these for maybe $220 or so, and depending on the day. You can go on eBay and maybe even find a better deal. I've seen these things in the hundreds, you know, and that's a pretty darn good price. If you're the kind of person that hasn't taken up music, or you don't want your kid to be in band because it's going to cost you thousands, it should not. You can buy this horn at most $250, $260, and you can have everything that you need ready to go to send your kid to band, or you yourself can take up an instrument. You might think, I can't justify $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. Well, who can? I can't. And so, yeah, I might need to get gas for my car, so I need to save that $1,000. All right. So anyway, the build on this horn is good. It's very solid. I handle it with no more care than I would any other horn. When I compare it to my Conn or maybe a Yamaha student model horn, this actually is much easier to play. This saxophone is as easy to play as any saxophone I've ever played on. And I've played on some pretty nice ones. When I was in the Army band, I'd sign out a good sax every once in a while and doodle around on it. And they didn't play any better than this one. It's a very, very nice horn. And so I say all that, and you might be saying, well, where could I get one of these things? Well, they sell them on Amazon, obviously, Mendini by Cecilio. But you can buy them on eBay also and probably get an even better deal. And so anyway, I want to put in a little bit of an excerpt so you can hear what it sounds like if you play with a backing track or even with a band. And I hope this is helpful in deciding if you might want to consider buying a Cecilio horn. I really recommend them. I've reviewed several. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.